Hi guys, good morning. So we are watching a bunch of great stocks today, lots of great earnings. We had Boeing that had earnings, we had Caterpillar that had earnings, and lots of other ones. Actually, if we just go right to, if you guys are looking for a great place to see where earnings are coming out, you guys have probably seen it in other videos, earningswhispers.com, and then you can just go to calendar and you will see who's having earnings today. So we have Boeing, Caterpillar, AT&T, Biogen, Domino's Pizza, SAP, Anthem. We have so many that are reporting today. So it is probably going to be a very, very volatile day. One of the ones I'm watching is actually not on the earnings list today. It is Chevron. So the reason why Chevron's really interesting is because Chevron had been talking about purchasing Anadarko, right? So let's go over here, Anadarko Petroleum. And so they had said they were going to buy it for $65 a share roughly, and then they had Occidental come in and say, no, we want to offer $76 a share, right? So Anadarko jumped up. I'm not sure that that is 100% confirmed as a real accepted offer. I believe that Chevron was accepted. So at this point in time, I'm not sure what's going to happen. So it could be a sell the news scenario on Anadarko potentially, and Chevron, it might very well bounce because they are looking to recover the loss that they had earlier. If they're not buying it, then they're going to have all this extra capital and cash on hand, right? So this was when they announced that they were going to buy Anadarko, came down and touched the 200-day moving average almost, and now it is curling up, right? And we have the 50-day moving average right here, the blue line, 122.43. So I have it on watch for a break of 122.25, right? The high of the day yesterday. If it can break that, it will likely go ahead and continue upwards to potentially fill the gap up. You can see it's also the bottom right here as a resistance. So it could work to fill the gap up to potentially 123.55, then on up, potentially up here, the low, I would say roughly 124.50 after that. So potential $3 move to the upside. Even if they do go ahead and purchase Anadarko, it could likely still have that upside to it because they're going to have the potential income from Anadarko. Now, and Anadarko is obviously very interesting because there's so many people trying to buy it out. And we have the earnings coming up on the 26th, so 2 days away. So I would be looking, if you were thinking about getting into this, potentially, swinging it for a couple of days. But in my opinion, I would get out before earnings because then it's just a gamble. You can also see down here on the MACD that it's starting to curl up, as well as on the price action, and it closed above the 8 EMA right here. And the 4 EMA is not too far behind, right? So we are 33 cents away from breaking out. Good morning, Deloy. Good morning, Bat Scientist. Hope you guys are doing well. So let's go over the SPY too, because I like to look at that in the morning as well. So we've had all these earnings, right? These are potential lines. Like yesterday to the upside, the lines totally hit, which was amazing. Okay, so to the downside, we have 292.91, 292.69, 292.29, and then 291.50 as potential targets to the downside. Potential targets to the upside, 293.27 and 293.74. So we shall see. The FANG stocks did amazing yesterday. Amazon is one that I'm usually watching as well, and man, Amazon has just been rocking it. But you can see I have this upward trend line. It bounced and it hit that line, and now it looks like it's potentially coming back, but that's also probably, if we can go ahead and hold above 1923.50 right here, it looks like it could be potential for an upward move. Not because of the 50-day moving average, but because of the lows right here. It looks like this one has found, it looks like Amazon has found support here. Mike, let me see what your question, what do I think about Boeing? So Boeing, you know what? Boeing, in my opinion, should have been really, really hurt by everything going on with the aircraft, right? Yes, it had this downward day after the crash, and then it bounced up and recovered, and it came down, and then it bounced and came down and came up. You know what? In my opinion, I feel like the government is 100% subsidizing this stock. And so I feel like this one is not going to continue down so much because, yes, there's the threats of all these airlines that have their aircraft grounded still. They're losing all this revenue. That can turn into lawsuits if Boeing isn't going to compensate them. They have all the aircrafts that should be out for delivery. They are sitting on the ground. They're not delivering. If you look back at last year's income for Boeing, it was 80% the 737 MAX series. So this is probably going to be hurting their bottom line overall, yet you don't see that happening in the stock at the moment. You see, you know, it looks like potentially there was mass exodus. They brought it down here, and potentially some bigger players came in and bought it, ran it up here to, you know, almost the high right here. In my opinion, if it were to break 400, then it's more of an upside. At the present time, I'm feeling more bearish on it. You know, if it were to break below 362, watch out. As far as getting into it, you know, right now it's sort of in limbo for me as far as getting into it. Mike, are you talking about it for a day trade or more for a longer term holding? Sorry guys, I know there's a bit of a delay on the filming and responses. Swing. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question for what I think of it at the moment. You know, if you were to, we've got this little bit of a gap down here too, but it's up, right? So 378.55. If it were to break above 380, potentially up to 385, this one seems to like trading $5 fairly strongly. So like 380, 375, 370. So if it were to break above 380, potentially a swing up to 385. Hey, good morning, Santosh. Ah, thanks, Mike. All right, guys. You know what? Bad Scientist, I have not been watching MBRX. I mean, I have watched it a little bit, but you know, this one, it does spike a lot, and it could be good that it's holding the 200-day simple moving average down here at 140. However, that low is down at 60 cents, so that's pretty much more than 50% of the valuation at this time. So for me, I'm not too excited about it. They had their offering at 160 as well, so potentially using 160 as a stop mentally, but not really too much of a fan of MBRX. All right, guys, have a great day. Oh, let me see Yuma really quickly for you. Yuma, let's go. So Yuma, it's looking pretty good. It's had a couple of nice up days. I don't know if they've had, let's look it back on a 5-day chart. So 5-day chart, it looks like we had a bottom down here at 16 cents. It's already doubled, and it looks like it might be on a downward trend at the moment. If it were to hold, you know, 0.298 and potentially break out above 0.36, that might be interesting, but I would wait for the move, in my opinion, Santosh. And one, guys, hey, that I am loving, longer term, not hemp, that's the hemp Canadian one, but hemp American one. This is the one I have in my 401k. They've had amazing amazing revenue over the last quarter. And if you look back at it on a daily, this one is, if you're into penny stocks as well, this one is a pink sheet. They do report their earnings on their website, and they do hemp production. They instruct farmers on how to grow hemp, you know, to change from tobacco over to hemp, because hemp has so many potential uses. CBD oils, it can be used in making carbon fiber type materials. It can be used as a fuel. There's just so many uses for hemp. So this is a longer term holding for me, just because of the arena. There's the cannabis and the hemp area, and this is one for me in particular that I'm liking and I have in my holdings and looking to potentially add today as well. So that's it, guys. Hope you guys have a great day. Trade with proper risk management. And if you like my content, please like and subscribe. And I would love to see you at the Modern Trader Summit in June here in Montreal in Canada. Have a great day, guys. Carpe Profit. Bye.